energy consumption, and the debate. Bitcoin uses as much electricity as a small country.
Is that a problem, or is there more to the story? Welcome to The Explainer. We're literally talking about energy usage on par with entire nations like Argentina or Sweden. Today, we're taking a completely neutral, unbiased look at the reality of crypto's energy consumption. Because honestly, whether you hold crypto yourself or just pay a monthly electric bill, this impacts the future of our power grids. We're just here to look at the facts and break down exactly what's going on.
Section 1. Why mining consumes energy. Okay, let's dive into this. Before we can really debate the energy usage itself, we kind of need to demystify exactly why the Bitcoin network requires such massive amounts of power in the very first place.
The whole process is called mining, but, it's really just massive banks of specialized computers running around the clock. First, these computers use energy to just constantly guess the answers to incredibly complex math puzzles. Then, the first computer to guess correctly gets to validate a block of transactions, and that's what actually secures the blockchain network. Finally, for doing this absolutely crucial work, the winning miner is rewarded with newly minted Bitcoin. It's basically a system designed by its very nature to require energy, which makes it simply too expensive for any single bad actor to attack or manipulate the whole shebang.
Section 2. The environmental criticism. That built-in energy cost leads us right into the first half of our discussion today, focusing purely on the very real environmental concerns raised by critics all over the world.
The core criticisms here are definitely significant. Critics correctly point out the massive global carbon footprint generated by all those computing centers constantly running 24/7. Historically, and honestly still in certain specific regions today, there's been a heavy reliance on fossil fuels like coal and natural gas to power these operations. Plus, as the network grows and the price of Bitcoin goes up, the financial incentive to mine increases too, which could potentially drive even higher energy demand over time.
Section 3. The renewable counterarguments. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the industry responds and the defense presented by mining advocates. While critics focus heavily on the emissions, proponents actually champion the grid benefits. Advocates explain that because mining is incredibly competitive, miners are financially forced to actively seek out the absolute cheapest power available on the planet. And increasingly, that happens to be stranded or trapped renewable energy. Think hydro, wind, or solar power generated in remote areas where there just isn't enough local demand to actually use it all. On top of that, these mining facilities act as flexible load balancers. They can instantly shut down their machines when the electrical grid is stressed, say during a bad winter storm, which frees up power for homes and hospitals. Then they just spin right back up when excess power is abundant again.
So what does this all mean, and where does it leave us? As we wrap up this explainer, it's pretty clear that this is a highly complex issue, with incredibly passionate, data-driven voices on both sides of the aisle. Real criticism, real counterarguments. The energy debate is far from settled. But as our global reliance on both digital networks and clean energy grows, which side of the scale will ultimately tip the future?